Design, let's see, next is use small and slow solutions. The reason for that is it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, it's cheaper on your time. It allows more time to observe and interact. It does the least amount of damage to the earth and the people. There's a part of caring for that. Use and value diversity. Well, diversity is important because diversity creates stability. That's about it. Diversity creates stability. It creates regeneration of systems.
Yep.
It creates a great learning pathway too. Use edges and value marginal. So edges, hi. So edges are, they also call them, in ecological design, they call them, it just left my mind. I'll figure it out in a minute. But edges in permaculture are, let's just say that this is a garden. Doesn't look like a garden. And this is a garden. Where's more edges? Pretty obvious. The reason why edges are so important is that that's where everything's happening. That's where most of the activity, the most diversity, the most juice is going on. It's just juicy spot. So if you can watch this in nature, and one of my favorite ways to watch this is on the edges of like a pond is one, and a forest, because you'll have these little animals and they'll come out and they'll be like, you know, kind of going, okay, there's nobody out here that's going to eat me yet. All right, so I'm going to go into the pond, get some water, and then I'm going to run back in. You know, and it happens in fields. If you'll watch a field with a forest, you'll see that there's just all this in and out activity, just this constant movement, you know. Deer comes out, eats some of your corn, doesn't get shot, and runs back in, you know, goes down to the creek, gets water. So, you know, and there's all kinds of edges. They don't have to be horizontal. They're also vertical. The edge of this pond and the air. You know, there's all kinds of bugs flying in here. They're just always moving in and out, all these things. There's all kinds of edges. There's edges to you, inside you. What's your edge? Do you want to push your edge any? You know, do you want to become uncomfortable so that you can grow? You know, 'cause every time you're uncomfortable, you're growing. Because it's an edge that you're exploring.
Just the thought I was having is the only thing nature likes about boundaries is to cross them.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I can agree with that. I think that's very true. So, the last one, creatively use and respond to change. So, my pond blew out because we made some mistakes. So I got a pond in, and it was a long day of working with a very hard-headed bulldozer operator, and we were all tired, and it was a hot day, and we didn't set the spillway right. 3 days later, we got 5 inches of rain within a few hours. Well, that pond blew out on the back end of it because it didn't spill out correctly. And at first, I was not creatively at all responding to change. I was playing the little 2-year-old role. And then I realized after, it's been 6 months, 7 months since that thing's been built, I have creatively responded to that change by completely redesigning the entire pond. You know, and saying, okay, if there's a blowout right there, I could actually put a pipe through it and have it pour into another swale system, which is before it was just going to pour off and go down into the creek. But now I have an opportunity that I didn't see before. And I also didn't see that I could wrap the pond all the way around. So when the bulldozer comes out to fix this pond, I can actually wrap the pond all the way around, and it'll be a lot better. It'll be bigger. I'll catch more water. There's all these reasons why it's better. So the key word is creatively, because that's positive, you know. So creatively use and respond to change. So anything that changes in the system, you kind of scratch your head, go back up to the top, observe and interact again, and use a couple of other ones in here, like accept feedback. You know, that was a lot of feedback, you know. I'm not quite ready to be out there making $100 designing an hour designing swale and pond systems, that's for sure. You know, that was pretty good feedback. Hello.
Hey.
So what we have is permaculture in a nutshell right there in the last 30, 45 minutes. Hopefully we can get this on a video but so what I would like to say is if you can get some introductory work on permaculture, and the introductory work is Intro to Permaculture. I'm just going to put PC for permaculture. Gaia's Garden. The internet, there's tons of stuff on the internet about permaculture. Once you get through those, if you want to go more advanced, you can look at the designer's manual. This is the first thing I got, was the designer's manual when I heard about permaculture. And I was like, what are they talking about? You know, I just couldn't get it. But what I read, I really was fascinated by. And then what I started studying. The designer's manual, that's Bill Mollison's work. Edible Forest Gardens, that's David Jackie. Let's see, Keyline, it's called Water for Every Farm. And that's by, I'm forgetting his name. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Water for Every Farm is another good advanced, highly advanced. It's really hard to read. So those are some really good advanced books. But I would highly recommend, personally I would highly recommend Gaia's Garden. It is awesome. And the internet has a lot of really good stuff too. And also it's really, if you're interested in permaculture and might be interested in using it on your farm or in your community, it would be very good to either organize a permaculture course or to go and take one. And that's it. Do you have any questions?